The block feature is an extremely useful tool when building your Rhythmic Rebellion website. By using the block feature, you can create blocks of content on your website that are grouped together that can be moved around as one item. We'll run through a few examples in this tutorial. First, let's create a block of content. Click and drag the block feature from the Features panel onto your website. Next, you will see your block with a solid color background. You can choose to leave your background as a color, use an image, or have it be transparent. If you want to adjust the size of the block, click and drag on the points on the border to resize it to your desire. There are also options to change the rounding, the border, and the drop shadow. We will go over the anchor and the link features a little later. Now you can add features within that block. Once a feature is dragged inside of a block, it becomes a child to the parent block. If you move the block, any of the content within the block also moves. Note that the feature needs to be completely inside of the borders of the block in order for it to become part of the block of content. You can see here when I drag something inside of it, the background of the block becomes highlighted, letting me know that if I drag the item here, it will successfully become part of the block. So first, we will add a picture with the gallery feature. For now, we will select one that we have already uploaded. Then, let's add a follow button. And finally, let's add some sharing buttons. Now that all of the features are within the block, we can easily move this around on our website. Now, let's go over the place anchor function of the block. I'm going to add a new block and just leave it a solid color. Now, I'm going to drag this further down my web page. If I click on Place Anchor, it will ask for an anchor name. I'm simply going to call it Mid-Page. Now, if you don't already have a menu on your website, go and drag the menu feature from the Features panel onto your site. Click on one of the menu items, then click on the link option on the menu to the right. Now, click on the plus button to add a new link. If you click that drop-down menu for the new link item, you can see my mid-page block I added as an anchor. If you select it, it will assign that location to the menu item, and when you click on that menu item, the page will scroll to the anchor you placed on the block. This is a good way to use a block if you have something near the bottom of your homepage, but you want to give fans quick access to that content without having to scroll through the whole page of the website. The final block function we will go over is the link function. Basically, when you create your block, you create it so that when a fan clicks on the block, it will take them to another page on your website. For example, if you wanted a small block of content you created about yourself to lead to your full About Me page, you can do that easily so that whenever your fan clicks anywhere on the block, it will take you to the About Me page of your site. You can also use a link to a different website. If you have your merchandise for sale on another site, then use that website address. As an example, you can use the image of a t-shirt as a background, use a text box to describe the t-shirt and the price, then place text that says, "Click on the image to go to my merch site." One thing to keep in mind is that blocks may display differently on the desktop version of your site compared to the mobile version. Take a look at this example. If you have a block set up on your website and have the background set to an image, and then you add text and buttons, it may look good on the desktop. But notice how it changes when you switch to a mobile view. Text and buttons may land in undesired positions and could potentially cover up important parts of an image. In this case, a gallery feature would work better, as the website resizes the image and sees it independent of the text and the buttons. So instead of using the image as the actual background of the border, you'll use the gallery feature to act as your background. So when you're designing your website, it's a good idea to regularly switch between the desktop and the mobile view to make sure the formatting is correct. Overall, the block feature is a very versatile tool when it comes to building your website, so be sure to try it out in a variety of ways to help make your website easy to manage and view.